It says it's sunny out there. It is not. It is actually snowing a little bit. It's pretty warm for the snow to hit the ground, so I don't know what's going to happen. We might get 1 to 2 inches, I guess. I'm not sure you can see that it's snowing. Maybe a little bit through the through the screen. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm wearing my exploration station and my sweater that I always forget the name of. It is snowing, which is fun to see. Our last snow came kind of overnight. And I like to look out the window and see that it's snowing. I don't expect it to stick very well on the driveway, at least I'm hoping not. We will be pushing some slush around. Aura's rescheduled her rehab, so no plans to go out and about much today other than walk the dogs. Didn't sleep so great last night. I had a lot of trouble falling asleep. I was thinking about Margie, my friend. But when I finally fell asleep, I slept okay. So I had a few hours of good sleep. I decided I wanted to work on that Mobius cowl, so I cast on my Pippin. This is the Pippin. Very bad picture, sorry. I Googled Mobius cast on and, you know, came up with a website. And I watched it and tried it, and I'm like, I don't remember it being this, you know, hard. So I'm like, why aren't I watching Cat Bordy? So I found Cat Bordy's video, and it was so much easier. It was interesting, you know, and it wasn't that the other one was hard. It was just I couldn't get in a rhythm, but I could with cats. So here's my Mobius cowl, beginning of my Mobius cowl. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can see the lace. There you go. You can see the lace arrows starting. And this is how it's knitting up. I'm really happy with the yarn. This is the picket twine in the merino silk singles version. Now I have this same yarn in sock version, and I will be balling that up today because I have to start my 5 Winds Jack socks, which is the test knit I'm doing for Carol. And so I'm putting aside my Valentine's socks for a while, and I gotta go find needles, figure out. I think those are the same needle size I normally use, so I'm not sure. I will find out. But I'm planning to do the slip stitch heel. I'm a little excited about that. I'm a little worried. I may not be able to do it 2 at a time, although Valerie says I can. We'll see, but I haven't done a sort of heel flap and gusset in forever. I never did a slip stitch heel. So that's what's on the agenda for today. Dennis is going to make his mom some meatloaf for her dinner tomorrow and freezer. We'll take it over tomorrow. Well, we'll go later today if we have to. His sister Kim was supposed to be coming. Now I don't know if she'll come because of the weather. But if she does, we'll leave her in charge of salting and everything over at Aura's. But if she doesn't come, then Dennis and I will go over when the weather stops. But meanwhile, I'm gonna sit here and look out my windows and enjoy the snow coming down. Because it's so warm and it's coming down quite lightly. I don't really expect it to stick much, especially not on the driveway. So it shouldn't be too much work. And just fun to look at. We got a lot of slush and mud left over from our last snow, so it's always nice to get a little fresh layer of snow when you have icky snow because it makes it all fresh and white again. Not much news. I did play some Wordle yesterday. I discovered that I think the Wordle is cutting into my Twitter time and not so much into my knitting time. So that's okay, because less Twitter is better for me. And I'm exercising my brain. Now this doesn't look very big, but a Mobius only has one edge and one side because of the way it has a half turn. So this are stitches on the needles, and this down here are stitches on the needles, and I'm knitting it from the middle of the cowl. So this is the middle, and it's the same on both sides. So I have knit here and purl here, and if you turn it over, I have knit here and purl here. So there's no right and wrong side. It's kind of fun, but one row, you can see the needles are up here, but my end of row stitch marker's down here. The row is over 600 stitches. So this is actually, it looks like 12 rows, 13 rows, 14 rows. It's 6. Those rows are almost as long as for my blanket. So anyway, this is a lot more knitting than it looks, is all I'm trying to say. I do not have the words are hard. Stamina. I do not have the stamina to knit for 8 hours in a row like I used to. I think it's the chair as much as anything. This chair is a lovely chair. It looks great. It is not as comfortable for me as my other chair was. It's a little not as soft. Of course, the other one was broken and just fit my bottom perfectly. So it's not quite as comfortable. So I'm going to think about that. Dennis said, well, you know, we can buy you a new chair and I can use this chair. He has a nice chair, but it has a much straighter back and it's not my favorite. Let's see, to sit in. It's a lovely chair. He likes it, but it's also pretty light so that we could, oh, my table's starting to look messy. Oh no. Oh well. So that we can find another place for that chair. But I have to go to a furniture store to buy a chair because I have to sit in it before I decide. And to tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't dismiss a chair like this. You know, if I went into the furniture store and sat in this chair, I'd say, oh, this is a nice chair. It's got, you know. But after 4 or 5 hours of sitting, which I do, let's face it, my bottom hurts. And I should try just putting a pillow down, but I'm already a little higher than I used to be. But I think maybe a pillow might be something I should try. Oh, you know what I should do? I should figure out a pillow form for that great pillow cover that I got from Megan in my Advent. And sit on that. Ooh, sit on all those beautiful birds. I could sit on the back. And then when I'm not here, I could prop it right there and it would be like a decoration in the living room. Of course, when I'm seeing things in the living room, I'm on my chair seeing it over there. So it would be a better decoration on the couch, but whatever. Anyway, ramble. So that's something I could do next time I have to be in Michael's or Joanne. I could look for a pillow form that will fit that. I need to remember to take it with me so I have it when I do that. I have grabbed my box of paint supplies and art supplies and put it on the table and started unpacking it this morning because I want to do try to do some cards. I need to send Valerie, my friend Margie's daughter Valerie, a card, a sympathy card, and I want to paint it myself. And I haven't painted in a really long time. So my guess is I'm going to be making a few cards. So I'm going to go through my flowers in my inspiration pictures and find some simple flowers that I could do a nice card with and do some painting and some drawing. Meanwhile, I guess I'm gonna go. Please have a good day. If you want snow, I hope you're getting it. If you don't want snow, I hope you're not getting it. And I hope you're not getting sunstroke down in the southern hemisphere. Did I tell you I think I'm leaving my decorations up till March? I changed my mind again. March is my typical time, but I'm going to take the tree down too. Because Dennis said, I just read an article, someone was saying, you should leave your Christmas decorations up till March. I'm like, really? Because the Christmas decorations, most of the Christmas decorations came into the Christmas celebration through earlier religions and, that were celebrating the solstice. And, the drear midwinter, and they would put up lights and candles, and they would put up candles and torches and whatever they had to brighten up their houses during the midwinter. And so Dennis says, oh, you should keep them up till March, till it's brighter outside. And I thought, you know what, looks like one of my lights on my mantle has gone out. I had 2 strings on there. But I don't ever turn those lights off. I don't turn the tree off, and I don't turn the mantle lights or the window lights off. And so when I come down in the morning, the house is kind of dark, even though my house is not bright. This window behind me is the biggest window, and it's facing east, so after the morning I don't get any sunshine in this room, really. And so it tends to be on the darker side. So even when it's not a dreary morning, when I come down, it's dark in here, and the lights just make me smile every time. So why would I rush to put them down just because my tree's been up for over a year? I like my tree. I like my decorations. So I think I am going to leave them up till March. And, procrastination. All the good stuff goes with that. The procrastination, whatever, but that means I've got to dust around my ornaments. Anyway, whatever. Another decision that's been made, I don't have to do something right away. I'll do it later. That's always an easy one for me. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.